Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sentinel Sports Extra, Cavaliers. Actually, not Cavaliers, sports commentary. Well, and I guess what we started out with here is a mistake by me, okay? It was not intentional. But listen, what I want to talk about today is nobody is perfect. Everybody is human, right? Coaches and athletes are human. Cavs coach Kenny Atkinson is human. Did he mess up last night, not taking a timeout sooner? Yes, he did. He absolutely did. But fans, amazingly, are calling for him to be fired. Fired. I've seen some fans say, fire him before game 2. That's absolutely ridiculous. These are the same fans, a lot of them are the same fans who wanted Ryan Day fired after they lost to Michigan 2 years ago. And what happened? They went on to win the national championship. Fans are fans. Fans are fanatics. That's what fan is short for, fanatic. So I get it. But when media talking heads go on the radio, go on TV, like the guys on ESPN this morning, and I didn't listen to local Cleveland talk radio because I never listen to it anymore, because why would I want to hear about the Browns 24 hours a day? Well, 23 hours and 45 minutes a day, and then 7 minutes of the Cavs and 7 minutes of the Guardians. So I don't listen to them, but I'm sure they ripped into him this morning. I'm sure they tore him apart, before they got to their usual Browns talk. But he had a bad game. He screwed up. He probably should have called a timeout to stop that run sooner. There's no doubt he should have. I was wondering, watching it, when's he going to call a timeout? He messed up. What I want to ask you, fans and media people, because I obviously did it right at the beginning of this stream. Have you ever screwed up at work? I don't care how much he makes. I don't care how high stakes it is. Have you ever messed up at work? There is not one person who can tell me they never have messed up at work. Never. There's not one person that can tell me they have never messed up at work. So my thing is, cut the guy some slack. You wanted him fired during the Toronto series. They ended up winning the series. You wanted him fired during the Detroit series. They ended up winning the series. You want him fired again after game 1. Why? Because he made a mistake. I mean, if we're going to get rid of everybody that makes mistakes, pretty much everybody that played in the Cavs game on the Cavs last night should be fired, should be traded or released. And if we're going to go even further, let's go with the Knicks too. I'm sure Mike Brown made some mistakes. Fire him. The Knicks should fire him. Jalen Brunson missed some shots. So did Karl Anthony Towns. They turned the ball over. They should be fired too. They should be released. It's idiotic. After, let's say, a bad quarter, wanting a guy fired. It's the same old thing as when you wanted Ryan Day fired. So many people wanted Ryan Day fired after they lost to Michigan. And then what did he do? He won you a national championship. So what's going to happen if the Caps come back and win game 2? And they say they don't win game 2. They end up winning the series. You're going to look like idiots. And those of you that don't think you look like idiots will say, well, they won in spite of Kenny Atkinson. You people could not do that job for one day. Most of you could not do that job for one day. It is absolutely ridiculous how people are piling on today. You don't think he knows? He knows. And if he sees that press conference, he also knows that was a bad answer. He knows you lose 2 of your 4 timeouts at the 2-minute warning. He screwed up. He knows he screwed up. Unlike you people who probably never admit you screw up. I know people like that. They're never wrong, or there's always an excuse. There's always an excuse. I'm sure Dan Gilbert wasn't happy. But Dan Gilbert's not foolish like fans. He's not firing him after game 1. That would be a catastrophic mistake. But you guys are smarter than everybody else. A lot of fans think they are, and especially the Cleveland media on the radio. They're the smartest guys that ever lived. So they really would. I'm sure they piled on this morning for their 15 minutes talking about the Cavs. I'm sure they piled on big time. Kenny Atkinson does not deserve to be fired. Kenny Atkinson has done a good job with this group. They played a good game. He's right. They played a good game for 3.5 quarters. And then they blew it. They blew it. Maybe they ran out of gas. But you can't put it all on Kenny Atkinson. That's it for now. I'll see you tomorrow night after the Cavs and Knicks play game 2. And Kenny Atkinson will still be the coach. Until then, I hope everybody has a great day.